everyone, I'm back, and I know I didn't post a paranormal video, but I really hope you liked the little Christmas video I got you, well, sent, uploaded, and that was real. The fire department in my area always comes around on the 9th of December or 15th, depending on what time they can do it, in my neighborhood, on the fire trucks with Santa. Sometimes the Grinch, this time they had the Grinch with them, and some of the other fire departments. And for the first time ever, people did not park on the end of the end of the road, so they were able to come in and out without any problems. Although it might not be the same way, because it's now December 11th, and yeah. People are gonna start once again parking on the side of the road, which normally I wouldn't have a problem with it, but lately people have been having trouble getting in and out of my area because people have been parking too many cars on the end of the road. It's weird. I mean, half of these people still have room for like 5 cars on their driveway. Or in their garage. I don't know. But anyway, without further ado, and without any further introduction, let's continue our Hollywood tour. For decades, the city of Los Angeles has prevailed as the motion picture epicenter of the world. Since the 1920s, the beautiful, rich, and famous have flocked its sparkling skyline and stayed in the luxurious hotels. The Knickerbocker Hollywood Hotel was once among the most popular of these boasted and impressive guest list Hollywood elite during the heyday in the 1930s and 40s. But as Hollywood Boulevard began to decline in quality and popularity, it dragged the Knickerbocker down with it. The area surrounding the once great hotel became a scener until the building was finally sold in 1972 and remodeled into apartments for LA senior citizens. Although living movie stars no longer walk such halls, many believe the Knickerbocker Hotel to be haunted by the ghost of the Hollywood's past. Standing outside of on the modern script gray building, they would never guess that the legends of like Marilyn Monroe, Maureen O'Sullivan, and Elvis Presley once slept here. Today, it's home to less glamorous and much older residences. If they were to sit in the lobby, they could watch them shuffle in and out, going about their day, perhaps completely unaware of the building place in Hollywood history. If they could look up, you notice a massive art decor chandelier hanging from the ceiling, the one remaining relic of the Knickerbocker's dazzling past. It looks oddly out of place among the dingy dated furniture, but we focus on just the chandelier and none of its surroundings. Let's take a trip back in time. By the 1920s, Hollywood had blossomed into a bustling metropolis boasting a number of swanky hotel high-rises. By July of 1929, the Knickerbocker and its investment nightclub, the Lido Room, joined their ranks, quickly becoming a favorite spot for actors, producers, and directors of the building of the film industry. In the decade that followed, hotel popularity continued to grow as silver starlets like Maureen O'Sullivan took up an apartment residence in the upper floors On the floors below, there is always something happening. From Hollywood film moguls celebrating their success in the banquet hall to strifing corners and dancers performing all night in the Lino Room. Actress Betty Grable once hosted a party at the Knickerbocker, followed by the czar Jackie Horngren 21st birthday, when Johnny Mercer's legendary Lucille Ball in attendance. Along with some of the brightest stars today of this day, the hotel boasted guests of extreme athletic accessibility. During the 1932 Olympic Games, the hotel hosted Danish and Indian delegate events. Celebrities and athletes aside, the hotel encountered of a much different sort of Pacific Coast Association of Musicians. Decided to hold their annual conventions in 1935, Miss Houdini, the wife of the late Harry Houdini, was famously in attendance. Performances that included the blindfold car race and a musician escaping a street jacket while hanging upside down from the balcony. The convention was so widely popular that years later, Bette Houdini decided to hold her late husband's annual seance at the Knickerbocker. Houdini was a no-show, but the event was a massive success nonetheless. As the 1940s approached, the hotel became a favorite haunt of Hollywood legend W. Griffith, old and out-of-work age director mostly kept to himself, spending most of his time absorbed in his books. Hundreds of young guests had passed through the hotel during his stay, completely unaware they were sharing space with a titan of the industry. In the events, Griffith would sometimes wander down into the lobby with his cane, or stroll down Hollywood Boulevard unrecognized. On July 23, 1938, Griffith was discovered unconscious in the lobby after suffering a massive stroke. He died on the way to the hospital. As the golden age of Hollywood reached its end in the 60s, the Knickerbocker's splendor began to dwindle. Ironically enough, it was only once the hotel star had faded that some of its most famous guests booked their stays. Similar to the notorious Tate Morant, the Knickerbocker became a hideout for stars, waiting to draw a little attention to themselves as possible. Among them, doomed couple Marilyn Monroe and Joe Nemignon. If I pronounced this name wrong, I apologize in advance. Who met at the hotel after cleansing date. According to reports, the couple even spent their honeymoon at the Knickerbocker on January 1954. Just 2 years later, Elvis Presley would stay at the hotel during filming of Love Me Tender. The once stylish Hollywood Knickerbocker Hotel, overshadowed for years by its more famous siblings, the restored Hollywood Roosevelt is once again on the rise. The dark for decades, the vintage neon neon on top, and the landmark building will soon bring back to a glow in the area made famous by the writing of Remain Singular and the doings of glamorous residents. Throughout this heyday, the luxurious hotel saw a colorful cast of characters, the exotic, the bizarre, and the tragic. A shower curtain wrapped actress who was dragged through the lobby, a pioneer film director who dropped dead under the lobby of chandelier, a famed customer who leaped to her death from the rooftop. Even the hotel's resident dog rode the elevators and ran for room service. By the 1970s, the Knickerbocker's number was up. Stars had long since stopped coming, and not even tourists wanted to stay at shabby old building. In 1972, the hotel, once a hotspot for Hollywood youth, was converted into apartments for those who are of age 65 and up. But ever since the first batch of residents moved in, strange sightings have been reported in what was once the Knickerbocker Hotel. The run-down old building was no doubt seen better days, but more than a few of its former residents have stuck around. Perhaps nostalgic for the glitz and glamour that it once characterized. Undoubtedly, one of the friendlier spirits to impend down the halls of the haunted Knickerbocker Hotel is that of Speck, an English settler dog. During the hotel's heyday in 1930 and 1940s, Speck lived in the hotel with his master, a hotel manager, Jack Matthews, who was not uncommon for guests to see Speck making his way down the hall, and often stopped to let small children pet him in the lobby. Speck could also be seen ringing the doorbell in his master's office. Even more impressive, Speck could ride up and down the elevators on his own, using the paw to press the buttons. Ever the well-managed dog, he was said to always let hotel partners get on or off the elevators before him. According to reports, Speck is just as well-mannered in death as he was in life. Residents of the Knickerbocker have reported over the years of an old English settler dog riding the elevator with them, and the others have spotted him strolling down the hall or waiting obediently outside his master's old door. Did you guys just see that orb that went from here and then shot across? Why is it when I'm always home alone? Do you know? Hello? Speck isn't the only long-time resident in the Knickerbocker to make a cameo. Later, legendary film director D.W. Griffith, who spent his last years at the hotel, has also been sent to make frequent appearances. Newer residents sometimes make reports of strange dapper-looking old man in dated clothing hanging out in the lobby, smearing his cane, humming to himself. When asked about the man's identity, long-term employees used to his regular appearance usually advise them to ignore him. That says Mr. Griffith, they said. Perhaps most infamous to haunt the hotel in the ghost of Irene Gibson. Of all the deaths to occur at the hotel, hers was undoubtedly the most violent and perhaps the reason her spirit stuck around to this day. In 1962, Irene checked into the Knickerbocker for the last time. Again, just out of nowhere, an orb. Irene? Okay. A decade later, she had much sought after costume designer and dress star such as Marilyn Dyrich and Bergman and her close friends Joan Crawford. But the time in the 60s rolled along, much like the Knickerbocker itself, her star had begun to fade. With the intention of ending her own life, Irene checked into the hotel. She drank herself nearly to oblivion, drafted a suicide note, then plummeted from the window to her death. Ever since then, residents have reported an eerie chill permeating the room, the odd, inacceptable urge to throw themselves from the window every time they walk by it. Other residences have made startling reports of a middle-aged woman in odd clothing, her hair in odd disarray, standing in one of the windowsills of the building. Sometimes the apparition simply disappears. Other times, the witness rushed to the top of the floor to investigate, only to find no one there. But the odd, most unsettling of all, figure of the woman is sometimes reported to leap from the window and crash onto the floor of the lobby below, where Irene Gibson met her end nearly 6 years ago. Though the Knickerbocker Hotel Prime had passed, the ghosts of the city's sordid past still linger. I'm getting major goosebumps right now, if you guys can see that. What the? I mean, granted, it's cold outside. It snowed in this morning. All the snow is gone now, but that is so weird. I'm telling you, my house is haunted. Nobody wants to believe me. Although they are not likely to, although you might not be likely to encounter the spirit of Harry Houdini, but keep an eye out for an English centers, suicidal costume designers, and spirit of famed Hollywood director Dean W. Griffith P. Okay, that was a typo when I did my research. The Knickerbocker Hotel, A+. I would definitely go there if I could. I would investigate it in a heartbeat if they let me, or if it's even still there. I mean, for the record, it could still be there because it's now a resident for the senior citizens who live in Hollywood, but I would love to investigate. Like, hell yes, take me there right now. Because my house is kind of creeping me out right now, actually. Do I really want to do these videos in the basement once I get my studio set up? I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my channel and videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I am Haunted Girl, and I'll spook you later. The paranormal is my playground. And until next time, pleasant dreams.